Tokyo is a smart city, a smart big city. The bigger is the city, the more complicated it is to make it smart.
But how big is it?
So we have Japan, 126 million people. Tokyo City claims a population of almost 10 million people. Not so much, right? But here comes the Greater Tokyo area. 38 million people or 30% of Japan's population.
Okay, and how does Japan's capital manage all these people?
Tokyo's answer is the efficient transportation, smart construction, and expansion of the city. Tokyo's transportation system is the envy of the world. It's punctual, high-tech, and safe. The train system is so punctual that you can normally tell time by its arrivals and departures. In 2018, one train has departed 25 seconds before schedule, and the first assumption was that there has either been an earthquake or a suicide on the tracks.
25 seconds, what a big deal.
Regarding high-tech, Tokyo bets on IoT, car sensors, street cameras, traffic apps, all to create an interconnected city.
Is it all safe?
Well, pretty much. Sensors in real time collect data about the status of rails, power lines, and automated doors to predict failures well in advance. In the most populated metropolitan area in the world, smart is a synonym of small. A typical apartment in Tokyo looks like a 10-meter square cubicle where sometimes there is not enough space to stretch your body. What this room lacks in space, however, is made up for in height. The ceiling of the apartment is more than 3 meters high. These rabbit hole apartments nourish the negative stereotypes of the Japanese as workaholics, though nowadays, these cleverly designed small apartments target young professionals who are happy to rent a tiny space in exchange for affordable rent and inner-city convenience. So, having a clear idea about the size, transportation, and housing of this enormous city, where is it going? What is the plan? To incentive the population decrease or to manage it efficiently? From 2020, the government has focused on increasing the number of people who have side jobs in rural areas or who visit the countryside while living in urban areas. But the only way to stall the growth is by creating alternative professional opportunities. It just so happens that Japan is located in the Pacific Ring of Fire, where about 90% of the world's earthquakes occur. Over 70% of Japan's territory is a natural landscape. These caused a higher population density along the east coast of the main island, posing a great threat to the population of the major cities. Tokyo is under the sea level and near the boundaries of 3 tectonic plates, making it an extremely active spot when it comes to smaller quakes, and infrequently, it's hit by powerful megathrust earthquakes, like the one in 2011.
Okay, we get it. This poses a great threat for Japan. But how does the government prevent it?
The critical need has forced Japan to become a clear world leader in this area, with many countries following their path to create their own disaster prevention systems.
That sounds great. And what systems are we talking about?
The emergency alert system. It's a heavily automated design to get messages out as quickly as possible to alert the population of possible threats. Without the factor of autonomy, the system would lose effectiveness, as many of these threats often allow just a few seconds of response time. Let's take a look at the Japan's warning system.
緊急地震速報です。強い揺れに警戒してください。
This works thanks to several sensors and buoys located along the coastline of Japan that allow detecting early P and S waves coming from an earthquake. These systems can warn the population and even offer a countdown until the shaking starts.
And is Japan prepared for other types of disasters?
Of course, they have built an underground network of tunnels connecting different points located on the outskirts of Tokyo's great metropolitan area that diverts all the excess waters back into the Edo River in order to prevent floods. We have already talked about overpopulation and disasters, but now let's talk about something a little less dramatic.
Thank you.
Let's talk about money.
NANI?
Tokyo is among the world's most important financial cities. How important? Well, let's check out some data. Globally, Tokyo ranks first in terms of GDP.
Really? The first?
Yup, and has occupied that place for half a century. Furthermore, the capital is also the second city with more listed companies in the world.
And where are all these businesses?
Most of them are here in the Tokyo Business District. Yup, it's stunning. 4,000 companies and over 230,000 people are working daily in these buildings, all designed to withstand earthquakes and floods, and many even powered with renewable energies. Tokyo is a very attractive place to relocate your company or to start a new business. But why? Firstly, Tokyo has a very well-devised transportation network, and it's incredibly safe. Secondly, the government of Tokyo attracts foreign businesses and provides support to startups by establishing the TOSBAC, or Tokyo One-Stop Business Establishment Center. It helps with everything needed to create a business: articles of incorporation, taxation, social insurance, and much more. And all consultations are free of charge. Tokyo has been recognized as the greenest city in the Asia-Pacific region, and to achieve that, it has developed pioneer activities such as mandatory environmental performance evaluations for new constructions or a cap-and-trade policy for companies that fail to limit their emissions. Its sustainability approach also takes advantage of the most recent innovations in telecommunications, like the IoT or big data. The government has established smart energy as a milestone, achieving energy efficiency and cost-effective systems. Intelligent electricity and water meters to inform families of their supply usage, create awareness and responsible consumption.
Hey, I think it's time to talk about the sports.
Alright, let's get to it. So, the local government wants the Tokyo 2021 Olympic Games to... What?
They are actually Tokyo 2020.
Yes, but they're going to be in 2021.
Yeah, but they want to call them Tokyo 2020.
I think that's confusing.
I don't really care. Go on with the video.
Okay then. So, the local government wants the 2020 Olympic Games to be the most sustainable Olympic Games ever celebrated. In fact, its slogan is "Be better, together, for the planet and the people."
Very subtle.
And to support this slogan, Tokyo has partnered with the United Nations and put forth 6 main themes that they will focus on ahead of the sports competition. Climate change. Innovations such as roads that reflect heat and water-absorbing pavement can make these games a carbon-neutral event. Resource management. Uniforms and medals made from recycled plastic, metals and other materials. Natural environments and biodiversity. Ensure business and human rights. Participation and collaboration of every citizen. A sustainable sourcing code. Now let's introduce the term smart community. A smart community is simply a community that uses information and communication technologies to increase efficiency, solve challenges, and improve the citizens' lifestyle.
All that sounds great, but how?
Glad you asked. Firstly, to have a smart community, you need a connected community. And to achieve that, you need the infrastructure, sensors, and a data warehouse. Then, it's essential to coordinate the efforts of all agencies in a city: power, police, transportation, and the rest. Once the data is collected, efficient decisions are already on their way. To understand how it works, here are some practical examples. In this video, you can see an automatic parking structure in the middle of Tokyo to save the city's space and your time. Another more globally extended trend is the use of fintech to make payments with your mobile phone or to keep track of one's personal finances. There are many more examples, like a smart garbage collection system and traffic lights, but I think you got it.
So in Tokyo, everything is interconnected, and thanks to the use of information generated, the daily routines are improved.
That's right, and that is why Tokyo is one of the most livable cities in the world. Let's look at some rankings. According to RepTrak City Ranking in 2018, Tokyo is the most reputable city in the world. But what defines the reputation of the city? The cities are evaluated according to 3 dimensions: government, environment, and economy. Furthermore, talking about security, we find that Tokyo is also the safest city in the world, taking into account these 4 types of security.
This has been our video essay on Tokyo and how it's become the world's leading smart city. We hope you found it as insightful as we found it enjoyable.